Here's another somewhat simple and easy stairway you can build for a deck or a porch or really anything. You just need to use the principles in it and rearrange them somehow to build a different type of stairway. This stairway here, we are going to use 2x8s, 7.5-inch risers, and you will need to deduct the thickness of the tread from the bottom if it's going to sit on top of a concrete surface like this. So this board, all of these joists here will need to be, instead of 7.5 inches thick, will need to be 6 inches thick. So you could always use 2x6 on the bottom and add a piece of 1/2 inch furring to it instead of ripping each individual board down. That might work better. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top view. We are going to have mitered treads, 45-degree angles. This is a 90-degree or a right angle. Half of that will give you the miter point for this 45-degree angles on our treads and risers. I went ahead and created 4 different steps so that you could see how it's assembled. This will start with this box here. Make sure this is level and firmly attached, and then this one right here will need to be, or this box here will go on top of this one, this box here will go on top of this one, and of course the treads or the decking will go on top of this. Now something else I didn't mention is you might want to use treated material or some type of spacers to space it off of the concrete. So that the wood is not in direct contact with the concrete. So, and I do have other videos on that also. Just to build something like this and set it on top of a concrete deck, you could end up with some problems. I like to put at least a 1/2 inch space in between the concrete and wood. Some people like to put at least 1 inch in between there. And again, that might work out. You could frame the bottom deck with 2x6, 5.5 inch thick, and put a 1/2 inch spacer in between there, and that would give you your 7.5 inch rise. So I hope that makes sense. Go ahead and zoom in here. This is how the first one is constructed. And I went a little farther. You know, these boards you'll be attaching your treads to. And you will also be using this to support the other boxes that will represent your other platforms. You will need something to use for your miter so that your treads will have something to attach to. I used a 4x4 here to provide me with a little more nailing. If you just run a 2x6 or a 2x8 across here, sometimes you don't have enough room to put the screws into. Just a big problem I've had. You can do what you want, but in this example we are using a 4x4 for that. This next platform will sit on top. I went ahead and gave you a different idea. I cut the 4x4 at an angle here. You can do what you want with these. You can use this method here down here also, or this method here up here also. So to get this right here, we need to equally space these boards. So if this is, let's just say 18 inches, make sure that this one here is 18 inches, and then you can just line your block up with the, let's go back to the other one here. You can see it better. You can just line it up here with the point. This point here on this board would be the same as this point here. Let's go ahead and go to the next platform. This one here will sit on top. It's just a simple platform. Remember, the corners will be mitered. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom of it here, and I'm just going to kind of whip through these, just giving you a different idea. You can stop them wherever you want. And of course, I ran the bottom board all the way across and then sat the joists on top of it. You can always make this a 4x6, or double it up if you want to give these joists a little more support. Or you could do the same thing that I did on the bottom, and you could frame them the same way on the top. This could be a continuous board here, and the joist could butt up against it like it did on the bottom. Another view of it there. Now we're at the top. Let's go ahead and break this thing apart. Give you an idea of what this looks like, how the miters come in. Sitting on top, like I said, you put a 2x in here and you only have 3/4 of an inch on each side. Sometimes it's not going to be enough. Another view of it there. And that is it for the video here. Don't forget, if you're looking for more information about this right here, to check out our book for odd shaped stairways, and check out some of our other books also on stair building. And hopefully this video helped, and if it did, then hit the old thumbs up button.